everyone, this is my vlog in finals and I will share to you my reflection 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. First, I will share to you my reflection 11, which is all about the minutes of proceedings on the national territory of the 1971 Constitutional Convention. The minutes of the proceedings on the national territory of the 1997 Constitutional Convention is all about national territory of the Philippines as the Philippine Archipelago, which all islands and waters embrace therein, and all other territories belonging to the Philippines by historic right or title, including the territorial sea, the airspace, the subsoil, the seabed, and other submarine areas over which the Philippines have sovereignty or jurisdiction. Internal waters are defined. In this situation, I can see myself like Philippines. I also have my own territory. Everyone and everything has its own territory, and without it, maybe someone will take advantage or exploit or maybe abuse you. The importance of making our own territory is to have a control to ourselves and not to let anyone else exploit or abuse something that we own. The minutes of proceedings of the National Territory of 1971 Constitutional Convention is all about making our country own territory as a nation. This Constitutional Convention gives us a freedom to have a control of something that we own, like the Philippines. Atuwa man siya, dapat kita lang ang na-control. Kaya kung sagda na to ang ubang country na mag-control sa atuwa, maybe lahat ang abusuhon or himonto nila mga slaves. My second reflection is about the role of Islam in the history of the Filipino people. The history of the Muslims in the Philippine South and the lives of their sultans are not devoid of an epic characters. Di na to siya malayo sa mga epic characters na mga nabasa sa mga libro or mga storybook. This sentence has affected me so much as an individual. The implication of this sentence is that in our society, it will make us think that we can fight the challenges that come through our lives. Makaya na to tanan, like sa mga sultan na kaya nila fight ang ilang mga enemy para di lang sila masakop sa mga mananakop. Like the sultans, they also struggles and with dealing with their problems, but they don't give up. Unta po, di nga ni punta. Bisag unsa na to kalisod, bisag unsa atong struggles na nagian, dapat dili jud ta mo give up, especially kita mga estudyante. Daghan kay tag mga problems, mga sa family or sa atong studies man, pero dapat di ta mo give up. Padayon lang. My third reflection is the history of terrorism in the Philippines. Labeling. The word labeling from the history of terrorism affected me so much. The application of labeling is that it emphasizes the interactive process of labeling and ignores this process that lead to deviant acts. Such as process might include different socialization, attitudes, and opportunities. Kani man yun labeling kay maka-apekto to na sa ato especially kung bata ta, ginalabela na ta, ginaingnan na kada di ka ma-successful or ingnan ka nga bugoy or basagulero. Andun pagdako nimo madala nimo na or maybe unang ay mauna lagi yung sa ko. Mo pud akong buhaton maana ba. Morning mali kayong labeling. Like kung tahay kanang isa ka tao ingnan nimo kuan siya kanang kriminal. There's a possibility or tendency na pag-abot sa panahon mahimo jud siya kriminal tungod sa imong gibuhat sa iyaha. Giingon niyo mo sa iyaha. Just like Rene Descartes said, a philosopher, I think, therefore I am. Pag ingnan ka na, syempre maghuna-huna ka. Therefore, mahimo na kag kato imong gihuna-huna. Pero ang labeling, naabot siya positive and negative consequences. So that we need to think twice or find an evidence before labeling that person or that group. And my fourth reflection on the agreement about the agreement on peace between the government of the Republic of the Philippines and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, or MILF. The peace agreement are the words that struck me the most while reading this lesson. Peace agreements are contracts intended to end a violent conflict or to significantly transform conflict so that it can more constructively addressed. The importance of peace in our country is that it secures our future and allows us to progress. The peace agreement between the government of the Republic of the Philippines and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, or also we call MILF, brings harmony and joy to our country. The agreement rendered the Filipino people safe and free by preventing wars that would have harmed our nation and people. Kani man jud ning kung wala tay peace man good or maggira-gira man ang mga tao, luoy ang mga madamay, sarili na tong kapwa Pilipino na to atong kalaban. So kailangan gyud nato ma-end ni na kanang away kay dili mo asenso atong nation kung dili ta mo suporta sa atong government. And my fifth reflection is about report of the cholera pandemic in the Philippines. The lower class were the hardest hit was the phrase that struck me the most. After reading this phrase, I feel sad because I know it's really true and this is the reality in our society. Na pag pobre, maglisod jud sa mga pandemic. Lower class people always suffer in everything because they are very poor and financially unstable. The people who are also in the lower class are the ones who have poor sanitation because most of them are living in squatter areas, which cause a lot of disease such as cholera. Here in our country, poverty is one of the biggest problems that is hard to solve. Poverty causes people to die and suffer. Poverty affects not just our people but also our country. Because of poverty, there is an increase of criminal activities, malnutrition, lack of education, unethical behavior, and also because of poverty, the Philippines is considered a third world country, which is described as an economically inferior country. Moreover, because of poverty, there is only limited access to medications and treatments. Tungod sa kapobrehon, dili na makaadto sa hospital or mahadlok mo to sa hospital kay walay pambayad. That's why people with lower class suffer so much when there is an outbreak of disease because they are the ones who are left untreated and die. Just like sa atong nahitabo karon sa ato ang society karon kay nagka-pandemic ta, which is the COVID-19. Luoy kaayo ang mga pobre, especially kanang mga nagatrabaho kay di sila kalabas. My final reflection is all about is from Philippine History Source Book. All about report of His Excellency Ferdinand E. Marcos, President of the Philippines, to the Batasang Pambansa. Thus, in a single stroke, we confront the demons of today and exorcise the specters of tomorrow. This sentence was said by Ferdinand E. Marcos and this affected me so much. Ang iyang giingon is ma-change ang atong perspective. As a student, di ba, namatay mga dreams na gusto na itong mahitabo sa itong kanabuhi natin, mga goals na itong gusto na itong ma-achieve. Next, sa gingon ni Ferdinand Marcos, we confront the demons of today and exorcise the specters of tomorrow. Kailangan nato i-face itong mga problems karon, or kailangan buhaton para pag-abot sa future, wala na tayo problemahon or ma-achieve na itong mga goals. Kaya kung sige na natay problema, dili na to i-face, mudaga na, akuan na ta, ato rang kalikdan, di na to pansinon, dili na siya mawala, pero always na siya magbalik-balik sa tuwa. Kailangan din na to i-face ang atong problem. Kay, pag i-face mo na to siya, tas atong successful ta, mahimot, this will make us a better person. And just like Ferdinand Marcos, he confronted and swept the Americans to achieve our full and complete freedom. Kung wala si President Ferdinand E. Marcos, wala niya gidil ang mga ingatong nga problema, maybe karon wala pa ta na napaghapon ang Amerika diri murag gihimo ta nila gihimo gyapon ta nila alipin ba. Because of Ferdinand Marcos, we attain our full sovereignty until now. Ma-feel nato atong freedom.